do one and then we'll do one again. Give me 2 more, just for you. Wow, how did this thing get so high up? Is this adjustable or something? Okay, I'm going to have to do this in a slightly more erect fashion than otherwise. Also, the stool is very high. Now, it's gone down a bit more, that's better. Now, I come from a town in England called Eastbourne. Don't look it up. It's pretty much straight down from London by the sea. And it has the strange, dubious honour now of being, I think it's the largest town anywhere in the world that doesn't have an Irish pub. True story. I say true story, I just imagine that's probably the case. Anyway, I mean, there's an Irish pub in Kathmandu, do you know that? It's a true story. That is a true story, I know that for a fact. The Guinness doesn't travel there too well, but there is like, it's like Molly O'Grady's or something. On the foothills of Kilimanjaro, there's an Irish pub. They're thinking of putting one on the moon. There is one on the International Space Station. But there isn't one in Eastbourne. But there used to be one, and it was called O'Sullivan's, and it was my local bar. And it was the first pub that I ever had that was a local. And so when I was 18, for that is the glorious age at which one may drink alcohol in the United Kingdom. God save the Queen. So I went round the corner to O'Sullivan's and I ordered myself up a pint, and I learned a great deal about beer and about music there, because they had the most incredible jukebox, all these wonderful songs that I heard for the first time, blaring out the terrible speakers that they had. Anyway, when I was about 19, Seamus, the landlord, drank away all the money and the bar closed, and Eastbourne has never since had an Irish bar. And I similarly didn't have a local anymore. And it was only recently, you know, a couple of decades have passed since that moment. Yes, I really am that old. And I was thinking, what would have happened to me if O'Sullivan's had never shut? Maybe I would have just become that guy who just sits at the bar leering at little girls who come in the whole time with a big bulbous red nose caused by years of Guinness and whiskey. And I thought maybe I would reflect upon my life. And so this is a song that's kind of about that parallel version of myself, with a few exaggerations. Well, I've been around the block, let me tell you, and my hair's all turned to grey, and everything aches just a little bit more than it ever did back in the day. Now I don't move in higher class circles, I don't drive some big fancy car, 'cause I put most of my money in O'Sullivan's jukebox, and the rest went behind the bar. Now at school I was a fine mathematician, a precocious and a scholarly kid, but I gave it all up for that sweet flowing cup, and I'm glad every day that I did. You know, they told me that I could have been anything. They said I was gonna go far. Instead I put most of my money in O'Sullivan's jukebox, and the rest went behind the bar. You know, I was always pretty handy with a football. That's soccer to you. Could have been the rock of the England back four, or maybe a Hollywood actor. But what the hell would I want all that for? You know, I can play the guitar like a son of a bitch. I could have been a rock and roll Instead I put most of my money in old Sullivan's jukebox, and the rest went behind the bar. I could have found me a job in the city. I could have managed financial affairs and gambled away the money of strangers while I live like a millionaire. You see, I always made friends better than I ever made profits. Now I'm a wealthier fellow by far, 'cause I invested most of my money in old Sullivan's jukebox and his hedge fund behind the bar. You hear the bells, they're tolling last orders. I guess all things must come to an end. But if you'll share a drink with me, brother, well, you'll never have want of a friend. And when they carry me away in a coffin, won't you light up a Cuban cigar and raise up your glass for that sweet drunken ass who propped up old O'Sullivan's bar? And raise up your glass for that sweet drunken ass who propped up old